Are you wondering how to recover from a marathon after you cross the finish line? Maybe you have heard that it takes some time to completely recover from a marathon after the race. Here are tips for marathon recovery. The first tip for recovery is make sure that you have a gear check bag ready for you after the race. I absolutely recommend taking advantage of gear check. For your race, pack a gear check bag that you can drop off before the race. And then after you finish the marathon, you can go get your gear check bag and have all these necessary items to make you feel more comfortable. So in this gear check bag, make sure you pack a change of clothes. It is important to get out of those wet, sweaty clothes after the race, because believe me, you will feel way more comfortable if you have a nice pair of warm clothes. After the race, your body temperature drops, so you're going to cool off very quickly. Keep walking, get those change of clothes, and immediately change out of them, because you're going to feel so much better, and that's going to help you not cool off too quickly after you get finished. So it's also important to pack a different pair of shoes, because most likely your race shoes are going to be wet and sweaty. So I like packing a pair of sandals, like some recovery sandals, so that way it lets your feet air out and stuff. Maybe a pair of socks in there so you can keep your feet warm. You're just going to feel so much better changing into a different pair of shoes. So you can also pack a protein shake in your bag or a protein bar, because you want to get something in your body quickly after the race, because that's going to help promote recovery. I like Muscle Milks. That's my favorite. I love the chocolate. I think it is so good after the race, and it's so satisfying. I personally can tolerate this in my stomach. Sometimes races have chocolate milk. That would be another great recovery drink that you can have after the race. You also could pack some water or some type of electrolyte drink, because your body is definitely going to need extra fluids after the race. So make sure you have a drink plus that protein shake. You're probably going to want to wash it down with some water. Sometimes that leaves an aftertaste, and that will help wash it down. The next tip that I have for you to promote recovery is to keep walking after the race. I know that it is so tempting to just want to go sit down after the race and just relax. Resist the urge to do this. I'm tempted as well to do this. So make sure that you can keep walking. It doesn't have to be a very fast walk, but the reason that you want to keep walking is that you want to slowly bring your heart rate down. Also, it's going to help flush out the lactic acid out of your muscles. The next recovery tip that I have for you after the marathon is to refuel. So I'm going to be honest with you here. Your appetite is probably not going to be the best right after the race. You might even feel a little nauseous and sick to your stomach, because you have all that water going through you and those goos, and just when you run, you have more blood flowing through the stomach, so you just naturally are going to get more nauseous. So you just might not have too big an appetite, so you might feel nauseous, and you might just keep having the urge to go to the bathroom after you go to the race. So you might want to stay near to the bathroom. That's a possibility. Your stomach is just kind of all out of whack. But you're going to have to try to at least get something into your stomach. Preferably something healthy is going to be better. Definitely make sure you do get some carbs in your body, because you just use so many carbs during the race. If there isn't anything necessarily healthy around, just remember something is going to be better than nothing. So if there's a salty bag of chips or just even some junk food, is going to be better than not eating anything at all. You want to make sure you can tolerate it. If you think you're going to be up to it and that you can eat it, go ahead, try it. If you just look at that food and you're like, oh my gosh, there is no way I possibly could eat this, this is going to make me feel upset, then try to avoid it and try to pick something that you can tolerate, if possible. The next recovery tip that I have for you after the marathon is to make sure that you get plenty of sleep. You might find it a little bit hard to go to sleep after the marathon. That first night after the marathon can be rough. You're really sore, your muscles are really tight, and it kind of hurts to move around in bed. This is completely normal. So you will get sleep eventually. So that first night, I just want to warn you that the first night might not be the best night's sleep. So if this is your first marathon ever, just be warned that the next day after you wake up, you are gonna be really sore. So it's probably gonna hurt to bend down, it might hurt to walk long distances. You're definitely not gonna be able to run very well. So definitely resist the urge to try to run. The following week after the marathon, make sure that you are getting plenty of sleep throughout the week. You have a little bit of extra free time in there. It's not gonna hurt you to take an occasional nap during that time. The next recovery tip that I have for you is to get a massage. 1 to 3 days after the marathon, you can get a light massage to flush some of that lactic acid and break it up out of your muscles. If you want to get more of a deeper tissue massage, you can do that 3 to 5 days after the marathon. Just those first 1 to 3 days, you're going to be super sore. You want this massage to be lighter pressure if you're going to do it within the first 1 to 3 days. But feel free, those 3 to 5 days after the marathon, if you feel like the soreness is getting a lot better, you could probably get a deep tissue massage. Maybe you don't have access to getting a massage, or you really don't want to spend the money on it. You can, and you have a foam roller, you can do foam rolling. Foam rolling is another good way to recover. You can use the foam roller to help you recover. I do have a follow along foam rolling routine, so it's linked above if you would like to check into that follow along routine. So another good option that you can do to recover is you can use the stick. So it's just a roller that you can roll up and down your legs. It pretty much does the same thing as the foam roller. You just put it in your hands and you roll it across your legs, just like a rolling pin. The next recovery tip that I have for you is to take time off from running. So the first week after the marathon, you shouldn't run at all. You should take it completely off so that you can completely recover. So this is going to set you up for success in the long run. And plus that first week, your body's really not going to feel like running anyways. You might mentally feel like running and you might really feel like you need it, but resist the urge and take the week off. So just because you aren't running that week doesn't mean that you have to be a couch potato and do nothing. You can do other forms of exercise. You can take walks, you can do some light cycling, you can do some stretching exercises or yoga. This would be all great things to help you recover and help you cross train so it allows your body to recover. So after that first week and you're on week 2 after the marathon, you can start doing some easy jogs. I would stay away from speed work at this point because it's really not going to benefit you that much and your body's probably really not going to fill up to it anyways. So some easy runs are going to be the best. So depending on various factors, it is probably going to take you between 2 to 3 weeks to get the marathon fully out of the system. It could even take up to a month to really feel back to normal, to want to do speed work again, or to even train for another race. Don't schedule any races for at least 3 weeks after the marathon. I mean, of course, you can do it sooner, but you're probably not going to do that well. My next warning and tip for you is that during the recover period of a marathon, it is possible to feel the post-marathon blues. So during the last possibly 4 to 5 months, you have been training for a marathon and you've been occupying all your free time trying to train for the race. Well, all of a sudden you don't have anything to train for. So this kind of really throws you off, and so all of a sudden you don't have structure in your routine when you are recovering. So this is very hard for runners because a lot of runners are very structured people and love to have a routine. You need to find something else to do to occupy your time. Maybe you can do a project in your house, or you could be decluttering, or you can hang out with your friends, doing something fun with your family, or just find a new hobby or activity to do for that time period until you can then run again. It's totally normal to feel this way, and it will pass as you recover. So to help with the post-marathon blues, you can schedule a new race so that you can have a goal again. So how do you like to recover? Please comment below. I would love to hear the ways that you recover and what helps you. So make sure you watch the next video on your screen, the 6 Marathon Race Day Mistakes.